Welcome back to the Ultimate Movie Podcast. If you grew up in the video store era or spent your weekends tracking down VHS tapes, stayed up late discovering cult classics on late night cable TV, you're in the right place. On this show, we celebrate cinematic history and timeless storytelling. We focus on reviews of retro 80s and 90s blockbusters that will fill you with nostalgia and other cinematic masterpieces from all decades that shaped our lives. From the magic of the theater experience to the preservation of physical media, we look at how modern cinema stacks up against the greats. Get ready for a spoiler-filled deep dive into hidden gems and character-driven scripts that you love. This is the definitive film discussion for Gen X fans who appreciate real cinema.
Welcome to Hey, did you ever see that movie? I'm your host, Des, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely little co-host, Lynn.
Pop quiz, hotshot. There's a bomb on a bus. Once the bus goes 50 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. If the drops below 50, it blows up. What do you do? What do you do?
What do you do? And joining us again, the podcaster with 1,000 potions, Mickey.
Why are they messing with me, huh? Do they think I do this for fun?
Fucking love Dennis Hopper. And last but not least, the podcaster packing heat, Tony 2.0.
What are you gonna do, hotshot? I'm gonna shoot the hostage.
Now, Tony, is that police protocol?
Probably not a good way to stay employed in law enforcement. Shooting hostages, that's kind of a no-no, if you will.
Okay.
Keanu, man, Keanu.
This week, we will be discussing the 1994 action movie Speed, written by Graham Yost, directed by Jean-Claude Van Damme, starring Keanu Reeves,
Nice.
Dennis Hopper, and Sandra Bullock. As always, this podcast will contain spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, go watch the movie, then come back and listen to the podcast. Lynn, let's run the trailer.
All right, pop quiz. Airport. Gunman with one hostage. He's using her for cover. He's almost to a plane. You're 100 feet away.
What do you think? Shoot the hostage.
What?
Go for the good wound and he can't get to the plane with her. Clear shot.
You're deeply nuts, you know that?
All right, gentlemen, what we have here are 13 passengers in an express elevator. Bomb's already taken out cables. Bomber wants $3 million or he blows the emergency brakes.
Anything else that'll keep this elevator from falling?
The basement.
He can strike anywhere, at any time.
Will the mystery guest please sign in?
Why are they messing with me? Do they think I'm doing this for fun?
For L.A. cop Jack Traven.
Tell me again, Harry, why did I take this job?
Oh, come on, 30 more years of this, you get a tiny pension and a cheap gold watch.
Cool.
The game began.
Very exciting, Jack. Some close calls, huh?
When someone put the city of Los Angeles to the ultimate test.
Pop quiz, hotshot. There's a bomb on a bus. Once the bus goes 50 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. If it drops below 50, it blows up. What do you do? What do you do?
Now,
Are you insured? Yeah, why?
he's the only solution.
We just got a ransom demand from your terrorist. Says he's rigged the city bus. Where's Jack?
Where do you think?
Stay on or get off.
Get off.
This is much better.
Everybody hold on!
Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, Sandra Bullock.
Pop quiz. You have a hair trigger aimed at your head. What do you do? What do you do?
speed. Get ready for rush hour.
All right, please take a minute to like, subscribe, and share. And if you'd like to help support the show, head over to our merch store at vvr.printify, printify.me, where you can pick up your Hey Did You Ever See That Movie t-shirt or your Hey Did You Ever See That Movie coffee mug. And if you'd like to see the merch before buying it, head over to our YouTube channel. Go into the shorts where you can see me modeling said merch. And also, if you are listening to the podcast on YouTube, you get to see the nifty little picture slideshow of the movie that Delin adds to the audio. And we're doing really well over on YouTube. And you guys can help us do even better by giving us a like and leaving a comment. For instance, we got about 2,600 views on the Basic Instinct episode. And I think we've got 5 likes. And I think each one of us liked it. So that's 1 like out of 2,600 listeners.
Yeah,
I think
likes are free, people.
Yeah, we can do better. We can do better.
Yeah, hit the damn thumbs up.
But we do appreciate you listening to it, nevertheless.
If we can get 100 likes on the Basic Instinct, I think Des should do a video scene from Staying Alive as a gift.
Jackie! You can't trust the guitar player. You know you can't trust the guitar player. It's fucking guitar player. I'll tell you what. We get 100 likes on the next video, and I will send a t-shirt out to one of the people who are subscribed.
A randomly selected listener.
Yes, you
Hey.
have to be subscribed to the channel. And you have to have liked the video. I will choose somebody and I will send you out a t-shirt. Okay? Or a coffee mug. Or a coffee mug, your choice. So
there you go.
There you go.
You're not gonna do dance.
Oh, fire, titties, blood.
That's gonna cost 200 likes. Sorry.
That's 200 likes.
All right.
Okay. On our next podcast, we will be continuing with our Friday the 13th retrospective, where we will be moving on to part 6. Friday the 13th. The franchise that built this podcast. All right. With a box office budget of $35 million and a box office gross of $350.4 million, this movie was a colossal success for the studio. And I thought that was really weird because though they did do a sequel to this, they were unable to get Keanu Reeves. And it really fell flat. I saw it. And I mean, first of all, you're going from a bus to a boat. I mean, not getting a lot of speed on a fucking boat. I don't know. Did you guys see it?
Nothing personal. I like Jason Patrick, but he's not the man for the job here.
No. It didn't work. Did you see the sequel? Either one of you guys?
I actually watched the trailer, but I did not see the movie.
We watched the trailer after we watched the movie the other night. Yeah. I don't think I saw the actual sequel.
Yeah, I saw it, but I couldn't tell
if you have to think about it, you didn't see it.
Glenn, did you see it?
No. Wasn't worth it.
Yeah, no, I did see it, but I don't even remember it. I saw it because I love this one so much. And yeah, it was no big deal. Okay, let's do some opening thoughts on this one. So I have seen this movie dozens of times, just like probably everybody else. But it's been about 10 years since I sat down and actually watched it from beginning to end. So the question is, did it stand the test of time and did I enjoy it this time around? Delin, had you ever seen the movie?
Oh yeah. This was a multiple viewing movie, but it had been a while since I'd watched it from the very beginning. I think this was also one of those ones that, you know, back in the day when you would flip around on cable, you'd catch it and be like, oh, and just leave it on.
Yeah.
But you know, you weren't always catching it from the beginning.
Yeah. It's a movie I thought that was better viewed in its entirety. I was surprised.
Agreed.
Tony, had you ever seen it?
I had. Trying to think. I think probably somewhere in the mid 90s when it came out, around that period. And then, like you guys just spoke about, it was on, God forbid I say cable, but it was probably what I was watching at the time. And, you know, it's one of those, you'll sit down and watch whatever's left of it just because it is what it is.
Right. And Mickey, had you seen the movie?
Yes, I haven't seen it in a while, but I had seen it several times, like around when it came out. Yeah, it had been a while.
All right. So before we get into the synopsis and all that bullshit, since we're doing a dysfunctional debate night, I want to run something by you guys. A couple of things. Something important. So Tony, do you ever go shopping with Mickey? Supermarkets? Do you ever make the trek?
Oh yes.
Okay. See, I'm not
Notice
really.
notice she laughed right away. Did you see? You hear that? I should say.
Yes. I'm not. Lynn doesn't like when I go because I know it's the one place we go where I could just buy whatever I want. It's like a spending free. I'm like just grabbing shit, throwing it in the cart. But I digress. So we're at the deli department, right? And I'm having some turkey cut. And, I'm like, cut it thin. So, the deli guy will hold the piece of turkey up and show you, is this thin enough? So I reach out to grab the piece of turkey because I'm fucking high off an edible and I want to eat it. And Jolene slaps my hand. They don't do that here. And the guy takes it back, right? So as she's...
He makes it out so much more egregious than it was. It was not that egregious.
Did you slap my hand?
Yes, I did.
Did you say they don't do that?
Back.
Do they say they don't do that here?
I said, I don't think they do that here.
And then what happened? Then
a man next to us did the same thing, and he took the slice.
And two men did the same thing. One man got to try his fucking cheese, and the other guy got to try his fucking turkey. And while the scumbag was shoving the turkey in his mouth, he dropped it on his shirt and then kicked it under the fucking deli fucking counter.
What store were you at?
Market Basket.
Oh,
Market Basket.
Oh, Demoulas.
So Mickey, if Tony put his hand out and was about to mug the guy for the sample of turkey, would you allow this?
Pop quiz, asshole. What do you do? What do you do?
Yes, because I would probably do it too.
Okay, so Delenn, knock the shit off. Next time I want some turkey, let me get this. All right, second.
By the way, Des, don't ever go to the store hungry. You know this, right?
We do it all the time.
It's like a fucking free-for-all then.
It's so bad.
Yeah, you also have to understand that we once went to a deli where they did not do the sample, and the lady held it up, and he reached across and snatched it out of her hand like a fucking vulture. And the look on her face was like, she was like stunned that he like reached across.
You should have said, that was good. Give me another one.
Just took it. And so I am so shell-shocked by that performance that when he did this at Market Basket, I was like, don't do that.
I nipped the edge. I nipped the fucking tip of her finger off. All right. So second thing that happened, I had some family come into town a week ago and we had to go out and, get some clothes to look nice. We were going out to a restaurant. So we went to Kohl's and I needed some pants. So I'm in the men's aisle with Delenn. And I pick out a few pairs.
You're shopping there.
Yeah, I pick out a few pairs of pants that are my size, 32 waist, 30 length. And I take them into the dressing room. I try a pair on, way too big. Another pair, way too big. Fucking look like bells on my legs, like ridiculous. So I go through like 4 or 5 pairs of pants. I'm like, I can't wear any of these pants. There's nothing. Delenn goes, let's go over to the children's section. So we go over to the children's section. I'm talking where there's pairs of pants that look like they'd fit on a doll. Okay. And we take a pair of children's pants, size 18 off, and there's like little kids. I take a pair of fucking little kids' pants off the shelf. I put them on. They fit perfect. I bought 2 pairs.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, you're kidding.
Oh, my.
He has little matchstick legs.
I wear little kid pants. I wear little kid pants, Tony. Little kid pants.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Well, we all got our troubles.
I was in a little kid's pants.
Why don't you take a seat right over there?
I love it.
Okay.
To catch a predator.
To catch a predator.
Wow.
Okay. Let's do a synopsis for this one. An extortionist bomber rigs a Los Angeles city bus to explode if it drops below 50 miles per hour, forcing a young cop and a female passenger to keep it moving and save everyone on board.
LAPD Special Weapons and Tactics Bomb Disposal Officers Jack Traven and Harry Temple are called to a Los Angeles skyscraper where a bomber is holding an elevator full of people hostage for $3 million ransom. Jack shows quick thinking after he and Harry examine the bomb. Jack determines the man's plan is to drop the elevator full of people, money or not, and he grabs a window washing crane on top of the building to hold the elevator. The bomber figures out the plan that they've got and triggers the bomb early, but the crane holds the elevator long enough for the hostages to be rescued via an access panel. Jack and Harry then realize that the bomber is somewhere hiding in the building. As they corner the bomber in a freight elevator, he takes Harry hostage. Jack intentionally shoots Harry in the leg, forcing the bomber to release him. The bomber escapes and activates the bomb, seemingly blowing himself up in the process. Jack and Harry are praised by Lieutenant Herb Mac McMahon, with Harry being promoted to detective. However, the bomber has lived, and he is now planning his revenge. So the first thing I got to mention is, is this not the most clean, stylish, brightly lit elevator shaft you've ever seen in your life?
Oh, it's so
Right.
squeaky.
It's nicer than most people's apartments. It was gorgeous. I'm like,
Yes.
what is-
Not only that,
Yeah.
but he repels down the cable and doesn't have so much as a smudge of grease on it.
Not a smudge.
I
Nothing.
mean, he's pristine,
squeaky clean.
squeaky.
So I'm going to start by giving Keanu Reeves a disclaimer here. Is he the best actor in the world? Of course not. Is he a damn fine human being? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, that coupled with the fact that he's gotten better as he's aged gives him a pass. Bill and Ted, Speed, Dracula, not great. Not great, especially Dracula. He was really abysmal in it, but
He was.
I loved him in River's Edge. And, now John Wick, like a fucking amazing. And the work he did in the video game Cyberpunk 2077 was fucking outstanding. And that's voice acting in mocap, which is really hard. It's not easy to do. So if I razz on him a bit here, understand it's done with love because I do love Keanu.
How do you not love Keanu?
I know, right? Jeff Daniels and Dennis Hopper run circles around Keanu. And this is Jeff Daniels. Like, he's running circles around Keanu.
Yeah, but that's like saying the guy that went to Yale acting school versus the kid
Yes,
who went to community
totally.
college,
Yeah.
And the best part, Jeff Daniels is lost in this role because he's a terrible cop. Okay.
Yes.
Because he's not a cop at all. He doesn't know what
Right.
cops do. He doesn't think like a cop. He's a
Right.
fucking method actor who was great as, I don't know, what's his name? The colonel in Gettysburg, where he motivates the men and he gives a soliloquy about how to win the battle and blah, blah, blah. And in here, he's stiff and dry and boring, and he's
Tony,
just not Jeff Daniels.
He was great as Harry, coincidentally enough,
Yes.
in Dumb and Dumber. This
I
is
said
not
the same thing last night.
Yeah, this did not fit Jeff Daniels in my mind.
Right. I think that they liked the idea that he was an older actor who was a little more professional, because Keanu's a little simple in this film, and he's a reactionary, right? What does Keanu do? He uses his physique and his ability to run fast to fix things, and Jeff Daniels is the thinker and the walk down and take care
Yes.
of everything. You know what I mean? So they're supposed to play off each other. But I thought Joe Morton did a better job than Jeff Daniels did as the lieutenant.
Agreed. But you know what? I'm gonna explain later. I'm not gonna spoil it now about why this performance works from Keanu Reeves in this movie in particular, because it really does, and we'll get into that.
I have a question. At the beginning, when the elevator's shit's going down, Keanu says Harry volunteers to go look at it or something.
Right.
Is that because he wanted to go look at it?
Yes.
Not that. Okay.
Because
Okay.
Harry's a bomb specialist, so he knows that if his partner is the one going to look, he gets to go do the action.
Good.
Right.
Okay.
That's also a stolen clip, because what do cops do? Oh, I'll volunteer my partner for this assignment. I know it's difficult and dangerous,
Right.
but it's more to the idea of that's what I want to do. So rather than say I want to go, because they're going to go, fuck you, sit down, rookie.
Yeah.
They're going to give the partner the shot. So he played that card very well.
He did.
Yeah. I mean, I liked that when they show up, I mean, it's ridiculous. The whole scene is ridiculous. But when they get out of the car, Keanu's chewing gum. He looks every bit the rookie. So you kind of get exactly who they are before they've even started talking.
Yeah.
But I think you made a good point that the guy that plays Mac, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
Right.
Was he the lieutenant?
Yes.
Yeah, he was awesome. I loved him.
Yeah, I thought all the actors did really good in this. And again, I'm going to get to why Jeff Daniels and Keanu Reeves work so well in this. And, like I said, I hadn't seen this in a long time. So I had forgotten that it started in an elevator. And I noticed too, the shaft is very clean. But
That's what she said.
the thing that was odd about this, because this
That's
movie,
what she said.
the shaft was
Shaft
clean.
is very clean.
It was clean. There was no chooch on it.
Chooch?
But no grease. There was no grease on it.
Yay, no grease.
It was a very dry shaft.
Yeah.
But what I did notice about the opening scene was the
Have
credit
room for that.
the credit scene was, this movie is so well paced. It's so fast. There's no downtime. There's no exposition moments where they dump it and it's just so boring. Everything is moving quickly. This opening scene, this elevator is scrolling down like it would take you 4 weeks to get from the fucking top of like the Empire State Building to the ground. I thought the choice to have it moving so slowly was very strange. And I also had forgotten how violent and gory this movie was. There was more blood and more violent kills in this than there were in the last 2 Friday the 13th movies. when Dennis Hopper stabs the guard in the head with the fucking knife, I went,
Yeah.
I
whoa.
forgot about that.
I went, oh, I didn't remember that.
That was a
And
little brutal.
it was very brutal. And
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention this opening scene. Half of Dumb and Dumber, half of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure jumped this four-door sedan 25 feet in the air like the General Lee to the point where it literally explodes when it hits the ground. And then they it like comes to a stop and like cutscene, they get out of this car. It was so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, Des, I gotta agree with you. I actually wrote down totaling the Crown Vic to get to that call. I guess that's what you do when people are stuck in an elevator. I also wrote a note. If this had a $30 million budget, they spent $28 million on stunts and explosions.
Yeah,
because
oh my God.
I will give them incredible credit for blowing up shit really well in this movie.
Fucking
They spared
airplane.
no expense. And you know what? It's an LA movie. The reason it looks so nasty and they didn't shoot the nice parts of LA is because they blew shit up for real. So they had to pick like downtown and Skid Row and 6th Street and all the heavy duty industrial areas, not so much the nicer, it's not Brentwood, it's not Bel Air, it's not
right. But Tony, this movie knows what it is. It knows it's not serious. This isn't Lethal Weapon.
No. There's no attempted comedy here. It's about getting it done.
No, but there is a shitload of very dry comedy in this. Like it's almost like I don't know. This is a dramedy fantasy action movie. It's fantasy. This is fantasy. Like this opening scene. Like this opening scene is like fucking Evel Knievel trying to jump the fucking Grand Canyon. It's visually funny to watch it. Like, what are we doing here? Who's gonna jump a car that far to get to a crime scene? It's ridiculous. I loved it.
Well, they said, run code. That means fucking run code, dude.
Yeah.
That's important. Got to get there.
The concept, too, of using a crane to temporarily stabilize the elevator, I thought this was great. So much tension as they're pulling the people out, and it just barely misses chopping that lady's legs off. It's great. It just drags you right into this movie.
A lot of homage, too, because this film came out in the middle 90s. All I could think of was Die Hard, where he takes the hose to the top of Nakatomi Plaza.
Yep.
The movie that it was really based on is a movie called Bullet Train, which is the same concept, but a Japanese film, which does an awesome job. And then there was an American version that was a train as well. But, if you just change a few things and switch some stuff around, it's a bus. But it was the concept that, how do we say it? The whole exercise of what the people on the bus become. We'll talk about it later, I'm sure, but it's beautiful in and of itself.
Yeah, Tony, there's lines delivered in this that this is where the comedy came in for me. Like where Ortiz is sitting there and Keanu says, or Jack says, everyone just sit there and look whipped. And he goes, that ain't going to be hard. I fucking laughed out loud. That's
to me though, that's the sarcastic comedy.
Yes.
It is wonderful, but it's not like, hey, let's tell a joke. So these two guys walk into a bar.
Yep. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. This is
Ortiz is a bit part that steals the show several times because of his quips.
Yeah, no, it's sarcastic comedy, but there's a lot of it if you're looking for it. And finally, we're going to get the showdown and the callback to shooting the hostage because Harry gives Jack the pop quiz. What do you do? Jack says, I'd shoot the hostage, of course. Take him out of the equation. And then we're going to get callback, and he's going to shoot fucking Harry, and he does. And it's fucking funny. Again, it's comedy, but it's not. I laughed out loud when he looks at him like, did what I had to do. And, Jeff Daniels, great. Dennis Hopper, just fucking amazing. Dennis Hopper gives this movie teeth. Without Dennis Hopper, this movie doesn't have the cred or the teeth. If you put in a lesser actor, he's fucking great in this. It's a really, really nice mirror to these other two actors. I thought it was great. You know what else I really liked? I really liked the chemistry between Keanu Reeves and Dennis Hopper in this. I really felt like they were playing a game and like Hopper just had his number,
Yeah.
But Jack would keep getting lucky, and keeping up with him. It was pretty cool.
I agree with Dylan. You know, Keanu Reeves is one of those people that he may not be the best actor, but he's good. And I think his kind of non-acting stuff outshines his acting, if that makes any sense. And I mean, he's not bad, especially like with stuff like John Wick. He's amazing. You know, Dracula, I don't know about that, but I thought for this he was fine.
Yeah, he
you know?
doesn't try to outleague himself and take on a serious dramatic role because he's not a serious dramatic actor. Yeah.
Correct. The thing that I loved about Dennis Hopper in this role is he could be anybody. He could be anybody. He's not some completely outlandish supervillain. He's just a normal everyday Joe that was fucking fed up. And that's what makes him so scary to me.
But a specialist. And I like that. I like that they made him a
Yeah,
specialist.
yeah.
You know, that was cool.
Yeah. And I love this the elevator scene, I'm not gonna lie, was very tense.
It was.
And the scene when they're running across the roof to get to the crane, asked my husband, I was like, oh, because I have a really bad fear of heights. And that was just making me nauseous just watching it. But it was a really cool idea. Too bad the crane didn't hold up as much. But that scene in the elevator when they're trying to get them out, that was very, very
suspenseful.
It was super suspenseful. Like I was like, oh God, like, oh, you know what I mean? And I knew how it panned out, but it was just, I hadn't seen it in so long. I thought it was really well done.
The thing about it is after he pushed that knife into the guard's head, I said to myself, does this lady lose her legs and I don't remember?
Oh, I wish
Like,
she had. Yeah. I wish she had.
I literally was like, wait a second. I'm already admitting that I don't remember how gory this could be. And I knew that there was scenes coming up that were on the gorier side. And I was like, this lady's going to get chopped in half. And I'm not
the
prepared
blonde
for
lady.
that.
Like I couldn't remember either because something about her really stuck out to me. And I'm like, does she hesitate so long that I couldn't remember.
Or it just
either.
drops and she's still in it. Like I was like, oh, something's coming. I was actually surprised that they got her out.
One of the charms of this movie was setting up these situations over and over and over, back to back, where you just didn't know what was going to happen. The suspense level was very high. Are they going to make it? Like, it's always just about to go off the cliff. And that kept me from checking my phone, it was like the pacing was so good on this. And like you said, when they're running across the roof, right, getting the crane, and it's just like, this is all happening so quick. And then next thing you know, Keanu's being lowered down. Like, they don't show him setting up the pulley and putting on the, like, nope, he's just going to be going down by the rope. And it doesn't matter because this falls into a new category that I made up. This is action fantasy. It's fantasy. None of this shit is possible. They're going to jump a bus with no ramp and no turbo, 50 yards like the family truckster in fucking Vacation. And I don't give a fuck. It's fine. Sure, they made it.
It's fantaction.
and it's fantaction. And then on top of that, this thing borders satire. That opening scene where they jump that car is like something out of Naked Gun 2.5. It's fucking ridiculous. So that's why Keanu really works here for me. I don't need Mel Gibson here. It wouldn't work. He'd be too serious.
Well, and Mel Gibson breaks it up in the films. The key is that Mel is a Navy SEAL in Vietnam who became an LAPD cop, who's got 20 years on the job. So he's the antithesis. This kid wants to do it all. He thinks he can fly. He can, he's that young go-getter type who got promoted to the point of he is where he is and he volunteers his partner to go. You know what I mean? Because he just wants to get in it. He wants to get in the shit.
In this movie, he can fly. That's what's great about it.
Well, technically, yeah, the bus
He's
can
like
fly.
Spider-Man.
He can fly.
Yeah.
He can fly. He wished that bus. He's like, everybody
basically.
Just wish.
But you know the deal, right? Did anybody want to see the bus just take a header and go into the ground and impact and explode?
Yes, I did.
Is that what you wanted to see?
Bit.
No, I wanted to see it. I wanted
because you have that
fly.
morbid curiosity, right? You got to see that. Yeah,
it was like Peter Pan was on board, Fucking.
Well, the best part too, I told you, they must have spent $28 million on stunts and explosions.
Oh, yeah.
You can't see the crane, but you know that that one shot, the front end of the bus has got to be a good 6 feet in the air.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. And you're like you said, there is no ramp. There isn't even so much as a fucking speed bump that they went over.
Nothing.
But
nothing.
through the grace of General Motors Corporation buses, this thing's launched like evil fucking Knievel over the goddamn Snake River.
Oh, and it holds up so well when it lands. All right, no, we're going ahead. Dylan, let's go. Let's go.
Okay. The next morning, Jack witnesses a mass transit bus explode, which kills the driver. The bomber contacts Jack on a nearby payphone, explaining that a similar bomb is rigged on another bus, which will activate once it reaches 50 miles per hour, and it will detonate if it drops below 50 miles per hour. He also demands a ransom of $3.7 million and threatens to detonate the bus if Jack tries to offload any passengers. Jack races through Los Angeles traffic, and after commandeering a civilian's car, he managed to get ahead of the bus, which had already gone over 50. He gets a message to the driver, Sam, to keep the speed above 50. Jack then gets on board the bus by jumping onto it. However, a criminal on board, fearing Jack is there to arrest him, wildly discharges his gun, which accidentally wounds Sam, the driver. Another passenger, Annie, takes over for Sam, but when she tries to slow down to get help, Jack is forced to reveal the bomb to her and the passengers, shocking and horrifying everybody. Jack examines the bomb underneath the bus and calls Harry, who works to identify the bomber. After a harrowing adventure through city traffic, the police clear a route to the unopened 105 freeway. Mac demands that they offload the passengers onto a flatbed trailer, but Jack warns him about the bomber's plot. The press show up in helicopters which fly over the bus and would broadcast any rescue attempt made to the bomber, who calls Jack to reiterate his instructions to not unload any passengers, but Jack convinces him to allow the wounded Sam to be offloaded for medical attention as a show of good faith. After witnessing a female passenger named Helen, shaken by everything that's happened, attempting to get off the bus, the bomber detonates a smaller bomb underneath the front bus stairs, and it kills her. So this all moves very, very quickly. And I know I covered a lot of ground here, but Jan de Bont keeps our attention firmly on this story. There's no time to look away. You're going to miss something if you look away. Something's going to happen and you're going to go, wait, how did this happen? The highway scenes, the Jaguar getting wrecked, getting off into the city, crashes, cars flying, a baby carriage full of cans. I mean, it's just, pardon the pun, pedal to the metal. It is going straight ahead and there's no stopping it. It's a 2-hour-long movie and I barely blinked. It was crazy.
Agreed. No, it is.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I was entertained. I don't care that they're completely ignoring normal police procedure. Payne targets Jack. He's foiled his plan. He's pissed with him. He kills a bus driver that knows Jack. It's like, it's so personal. And I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but the ad on the back of the 2525 bus says something like, money isn't everything, which I thought was a kind of a cute nod to the whole plot of the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
I do like that you touched on that, the bus driver relation with Jack, because they do give us a little exposition in this diner between Jack and the bus driver. And it lets us know they are friends. And it lets us know that this is going to be personal. Jack has foiled Payne's plan and screwed him out of the 30 million. Payne is now going to be Jack's worst nightmare, like he threatened earlier in the movie. And this is great. And it's a great explosion. And Keanu, as green as he is, he plays it pretty good outside that bus. I thought it was a nice job of, showing some pain. Thought it was pretty good. We get the phone call from Payne to Jack, setting up the rules. I like this. Dude, this thing is so easy to digest. They just spoon feed you everything. It's so much fun. You don't even need to be paying attention, but you do because the exposition is good. It's simple. It's fun. Everybody's delivering it really, really good. The pace of the movie is really good. You were talking about the Jaguar scene, Dylan. I love this scene. I love this scene for two reasons. Again, this is a dramedy. It's a funny scene. The guy has great energy, great lines. It's campy. Keanu is a little goofy. It works great. We get a young Sandra Bullock, also green, also not at the top of her game, but having this, they give her these really great, dry, like Tony said, sarcastic, borderline comedy lines. She delivers them really, really well. I am having a great time in this. You know what? It kind of reminds me of that last Lethal Weapon with Butters and Biscuits and all the great fun we had in that. Joe Pesci's character is, okay, all right. And it's just, the whole thing is just like all comedy with action. Same thing going on here, only campier. I really liked it. When the guy in the Jaguar, hits that fucking water barrier at 80 miles an hour with no seatbelt on and no roof on the car. Give me a break. This guy would have been fucking killed on impact. His lifeless, dismembered body would have been thrown like 100 feet from that car and just smeared into the pavement. He's not getting up and being like, God damn.
By the way, he makes an appearance in Speed 2.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Does he?
Great. Yeah, they recycled quite a few characters in Speed 2 from Speed. So.
Too bad they didn't recycle Keanu.
Oh, well. And by that point, he had already done Matrix, and he didn't need those guys anymore. He was in the bigs, baby.
When you were talking about like the campiness and the sarcasm and stuff, for being as green as she was, I think this may have been her second or third role, maybe. Sandra Bullock did really well, especially the scene with the baby carriage and the cans.
Yeah.
And when she, oh my God, she was so convincing in that scene.
Oh,
and I thought she did, even in the scene with what's his name from Ferris Bueller there, with the gum on the
dude,
seat,
Mickey,
like,
when she goes, it's gum. Look, gum. And she sticks her hand in his face with the gum. It reminded me of Fletch when he goes, there's muck all over these windows. Just look. And he puts his hand in
muck.
Puts the hand in the guy's face.
You better clean that fifth Fetzer valve or you're going to be in a lot of trouble, mister.
You guys might need a refresher. Goes, hey, and he touches the fucking exhaust.
Yeah, but when she goes, officer, she goes, I think you should know that my license has been suspended. And he goes, what for? And she goes, speeding.
Well, in this case, you're the perfect person for the job. Keep it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, she's very believable. Absolutely. Even to the point of where she asks for help steering the bus for the big turn.
Yeah.
Because of the idea that she knows that it takes real arm strength to crank that thing. And so there's definitely good points for her. The only thing too is that, let's be real, she is primped, cute, makeup on, the whole 9 yards. Throughout the movie, she has had at least half an hour in the makeup trailer for every scene.
Yes.
And it's like, girlfriend, you would be sweating bullets and shitting yourself.
But this is fantasy. This is fantasy
Well,
action.
I
they
got
don't
you.
sweat.
I got
They go
you.
through
I'm
fucking
with you.
elevator shafts without getting grease on them. I mean,
and we want to make her out to be the damsel in distress that Jack has to save. So of course she's got to look like $1 million, right?
Yeah. So adding to dramedy, fantasy, action, satire, this is also a rom-com. I mean, it just is
a bit, right?
Yeah, a bit. I mean, Mickey, you're right. Like, there's a scene later where she breaks down and cries when it's all over, and she sells it. It's a good job. So, Tony, we see Payne's bad guy evil headquarters. I like this.
His lair.
Because I mean, sure, it's the late 90s. So, I thought like today it doesn't look very tech. It's like, what? It's got a bunch of bubble back TVs and a VCR. But back then I remember watching it and being like, wow, he's fucking tech. Like a kid from 2026 would watch this and be like, holy shit. The fuck
You've been making fun of
here?
the size of those cell phones. Like, what the fuck are those things?
Those bricks.
So I need to address the elephant in the room here. We get these shots of the bus getting off the freeway. And this is going to happen throughout this movie where I was just saying, come on. It's hitting every car, every pole, going around these turns. This bus is going like 30 miles an hour, maybe 35 at best. This bus never looks like it's going 50, ever. There's a scene, I stopped it and said to Lynn, how fast do you think that bus is going? It was going through like down a street in LA. There were cars I think I saw an old lady on her walker past the bus as it went down the street. Like, no fucking way.
Well, and I think, Des, to their credit, they actually hit stuff. You know what I mean? Because that's what's going to happen. If you can't really stop the bus, you can't really stop the bus. Yeah. So now it's, what do I hit? Let's hit the thing that's going to fuck us up the least.
Right.
And if it's parked cars, so be it. Or if it's, those wooden barricades, okay. And you're right. It doesn't look great. But they had to try to balance that teeter-totter of keep the bus going, even though it's only doing 23 miles an hour.
But some of the shots just didn't work. And you all know, if that thing's going around that off-ramp to get off the highway, first of all, even if the thing was like 4 more lanes wide, you're not making that turn 50 miles an hour. And then if you're going to hit 42 cars in a row, it's going to slow the bus down past 50 miles an hour. It just didn't work.
Plus the bus, I think it scratched the chrome on the bumper. It's not like it even shows a lot of damage, for Christ's sakes.
So one of the scenes that I really didn't like was where Keanu tries to talk the would-be robber down that thinks he's on the bus to arrest him. Keanu, I don't care what your crime is. I'm not a cop now. It's like, just shut the fuck up and shoot him in the leg like you did your partner. Jesus Christ. Fucking, and finally, the old lady, that squirrely old fucking lady that wouldn't stop bitching. When she fucking got blown up like Ricky's mom in fucking Better Off Dead. Sorry, Ricky. Sorry about your mom. And then the bus ran her over with all 6 tires. I've been watching too many horror movies with Tony because I fucking loved it. I was like, yeah, blow her up and run her over.
Oh, no.
You're a bad man, Des.
I am getting there. It's all Tony's fault.
I agree with you. The old lady is especially just tiring to deal with.
Yes.
Even the blonde in the elevator, the better angels of her attitude come when she realizes that there is a way out and it's going to be okay. And she's just got to reach out for Keanu's hand and he's going to take care of her, right? Big Jack,
I would have been
hero.
the first one off the elevator.
Oh, first.
I would have been like, fuck you, dude. Fuck that women and children shit. I'm going through. But yeah.
I would have been like George Costanza at the little kid's birthday party where it catches fire and he fucking knocks everybody down to get out. That was funny because the clown in that episode was actually John Favreau. John Favreau. Yeah. He actually, hey, you hung up on some fucking clown from the 70s. I don't know, bozo.
All right then. Yeah. You know the best part that is the they don't get too heavy on it, but the whole bus participants kind of sordid tale is basically Lord of the Flies all over again. You know what I mean? Yep. The criminal makes amends for his stupidity and becomes helpful. The construction worker becomes an unofficial leader of the bus.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A lot of the ladies who seem frail and infirmed and don't quite know what to do all get together and start making, calls and getting people squared away. So, and then whenever there's a bad vibe, they're all like, well, we're not going to do that. And then he calms them down because it's Magic Jack and he waves his hand and everybody's under his spell again and it's okay. So
yeah, they give fucking Tito Ortiz some good lines too. Where he's like, "You're just gonna leave us here?" And Jack's getting up. He goes, "I know I would." It's like, it's fucking good. He was good.
What did he say to Jack? He said, "You're not too bright, man, but you got some big, round, hairy cojones."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I believe Jack's like, "That's gross," and he's like, "Can't even give you a compliment."
Yeah. Then I saw fucking Annie smile.
Oh, gross. Okay. We're moving on.
Okay, moving right along.
When Jack learns part of the freeway is incomplete, he persuades Annie to accelerate the bus to maximum speed so they can jump the gap.
Yeah.
Which narrowly succeeds before directing her to Los Angeles International Airport to use their unobstructed runways. Meanwhile, Harry manages to identify the bomber after realizing the bomber had a missing thumb and the bomb on the bus had a gold watch as the timer, the kind that is given as a retirement gift at the end of a service period to police officers. Thus, Harry is able to narrow the search to former police officers claiming a disability check. He identifies the bomber as Howard Payne, a former Atlanta Police Department bomb squad officer. Harry then leads a SWAT team to Payne's home. However, Payne has anticipated their arrival, rigs his house to explode, and kills the entire SWAT team, including poor Harry. Back at the airport, Jack gets off the bus after getting permission from Payne, saying that he needs to talk to the authorities face-to-face to organize the ransom money. Mac points out that in the airport, the press can't fly helicopters into the restricted airspace and thus can't report on any attempts to rescue passengers. But Jack still thinks the bomber will somehow know. In a last-ditch attempt to defuse the bomb, Jack goes under the bus on a towed sled, but he inadvertently punctures the fuel tank when the sled breaks from its tow line. After the passengers bring him back on board, Jack learns that Harry has been killed, and Payne has been watching the passengers on a hidden surveillance camera the whole time, allowing him to be one step ahead at every moment. Mac has a local news crew record the UHF transmissions and rebroadcast it on a loop to fool Payne while all the passengers are offloaded onto an airport bus. Jack and Annie escape the bus through a floor access panel before the bus collides with a Boeing 707 cargo plane and explodes. With no one dead in the explosion and realizing Payne has no leverage anymore, they decide to keep the ruse that the bus is still circling the airport and use this opportunity to get Payne. I love a callback, and we get one with the gold watch because Harry mentions it earlier in the movie in a cheeky way. You get a cheap gold watch, and there's the cheap gold watch.
Yep.
And if you're a sharp-eyed viewer and you've been paying attention, this is a cop immediately before they even do. This is the first movie that Jan de Bont directed, and he was an award-winning cinematographer. And I think it's very apparent in this movie. He makes beautiful explosions like we were talking about earlier. There's great attention to detail. Everything looks really good. There's even like a green velvet couch in Payne's house that has plastic on it. Like I was like, it was such a great little detail. Like they didn't have to bother with that, but for something, it seems so like he's so meticulous that just played into his character that much more for me. And it's a blink or miss it, the explosion of the house with Harry in it, the danger level is so high. You don't know when something's going to blow up at any moment. Even though these people feel like they're relatively safe, as long as that bus keeps going around, you have to wonder, it might not be so safe, right? And it just keeps the movie from turning into a bunch of people going around in a circle in the airport,
Yeah, and there's some true suspension of belief. If you have a guy, he's a bomber and you're going in to raid his house, I don't think the window is the way to do it. I think you might want to kind of hang out, observe, orient, figure out a few things before you just charge in blindly. But, Harry, by the way, who walked into that office while he's trying to figure out who the bad guy is, he has a cane and he's limping badly. He can barely walk. And then all of a sudden he's kitted up in his SWAT jammies, with his helmet and his goggles, and he gets nuked. And it's like, fuck, dude. The guy couldn't walk 45 minutes ago, but now all of a sudden he could basically fly. So, that's just part of the suspension of disbelief in the film. And it's A-okay. It works here, right? Because unfortunately, too, Harry is Jack's, main man. His death spurns him on to do better and figure out how to get Payne squared away and equal the score or whatever you want to call it. And it's just, it's a good technique. It works well. And it's expeditious to the movie.
But it feels like Harry should have been looking for like maybe we should just slow play this because this guy's a bomb expert.
Right. Harry traditionally would be the walk down and fuck them all guy. And here he just charges forward blindly. And it's like, well, you made a boo-boo and now it's kaboom. So sorry about your luck.
Is this pre robots being sent in bomb squad cases?
That's a tough call. Probably. But if you're in LA, I mean, they have 32,000 cops in LA and a budget like the size of a small country's GDP. So they probably had a robot. But again, it has to occur, right?
Right.
Jack can't win here. He's got to figure out a way to beat Payne at his own game. And it's the kind of thing where Harry is expendable because Harry's expendable.
I do love the scene though where he notices the light and goes, oh fuck. He doesn't cover his face, he doesn't turn to run, he just looks right in the camera and goes, and this was the moment he knew he fucked up. It was holy shit.
Which is great. It's the same thing as the couch because it's a blink and you miss it, but it's the idea that he realizes that he violated some of the main tenets of bomb squad shit. And now he's going to pay for it.
1974 is when police departments outside the military started using remote control units, but the 90s and 2000s are when law enforcement budgets got bigger and were able to use them more regularly.
Sure.
Okay, so there's a distinct possibility that there could have been a robot involved going into that house.
I wasn't going to find that. So this is the part of the movie where we learn there's a 50-foot gap in the freeway and Jack and Andy are going to have to jump the bus across the gap, right?
I love that too, by the way. Who the fuck builds a perfectly good highway, leaves a gap, and then builds another portion of perfecly good highway with a hole in the middle?
And doesn't put any Jersey
Yeah,
barriers.
there's nothing.
Just in case.
Like a little wooden sign that says
give me a fucking break.
Don't no offense. If that was in New York State, you would have like a steel wall blocking that road.
I mean, even in Vacation, where Clark drives off the highway, there was a big wooden fucking thing he had to drive
through several of them, as I recall.
Yeah, you'll remember that's the episode where Tony thought it was okay for Clark to get a blowjob from his wife in front of his children. But I digress. So they show us the gap in the highway.
I'm sorry, Mr. Traffic Safety, whatever.
They show us the gap in the highway, and like this director swang for the fences, dude. It is fucking huge. I literally said out loud, no fucking way. No fucking way. Don't even show me this gap. It's fucking ridiculous. I said to Delin, this should have been like 10 feet. One highway they're going on should have been 20 feet higher than the other one. That's it. But it doesn't matter. No, they're going 50 yards, half a football field, completely even on both sides. No barriers, nothing, right? And then they did it. And then they fucking did it. And
That's
it
just sheer
was
willpower.
it was
willpower.
fucking awesome. I loved it. They pulled it off. And then they land it. And what happens? They pull directly off the highway. I'm talking directly off the highway, directly onto the LAX runways. Like, what? What are you talking about? Like,
Must
the
be
highway
nice.
just leads right to the LAX runway. Like, that they think they went by like one checkpoint and that was it. Not going to happen. I don't give a fuck that none of this crap makes sense. It doesn't matter. This is Naked Gun now. I'm looking for Leslie Nielsen to jump out of one of the planes and say, "Hey, boys." It was fucking great, man. The scene was fucking great.
Yeah, it's the complete suspension of belief, and you're okay with it. I agree. I mean, you know at that point, if you're bought in after that Evel Knievel jump,
Yeah.
fuck it. The whole world is your oyster now because there's nothing this bus can't do.
Yeah.
I watched the behind the scenes video about this and the jump specifically. And I mean, first of all, the amount of safety precautions that they took for the guys was fantastic. Like, they had this guy and literally he was like in a harness so that he was not actually sitting in a chair. Like, he just kind of went whoop, and never, like, his back didn't get jammed or anything. But I digress. The point of what I'm trying to say is when they jump the bus, they're not actually jumping a hole. He's just jumping from one place to another. And it only went about 6 feet, maybe. Like, it was like 6 to 10 feet, right? And they just CGI'd in the because that's the actual jump and it's the actual land. Like, they had enough cameras to pick up all these angles, but they CGI'd in that piece that made it look like it was the end. It was actually just a straight piece of land that it landed on. Which,
Yeah, they just erased that digitally, and
because you couldn't jump a bus 50. It just that wasn't going to happen.
You know what would have been awesome if Annie had hit the fucking the steering wheel horn and it went I would have fucking been fine with it. I wouldn't have even blinked.
Amazing.
I would have stood up and just clapped. Yes. So we are going to get a minor hole in the script here. So Jack gets off the bus and he's going to tell his superiors that.
And he's got the general lead.
Hang on, I got it here somewhere. There you go.
Tony has an actual general lead.
You mean like that?
That thing is great. Where'd you get that, Tony?
Oh, I had to buy it on eBay because they haven't made it for 25 years. But
oh man, I now like Tony even more. It's fucking the best thing ever. All right, so we're gonna get this whole.
If I get a hold of another one, I'll send it to you.
Oh, please do. And I don't want to do this. I don't want to pick this card because we've already said this is action fantasy, but I have to talk about it. So he gets off the bus, Jack, and he tells his superiors, this guy's one step ahead of us. Like, it doesn't matter. There's no helicopter. He knows what we're doing. He suspects that he can see him, right? But he's going to go under the bus and try to disarm the bomb. Wouldn't he be afraid that fucking Payne would see this? And then he actually comes up through the floorboards of the bus. The people all scramble. They're looking at the bus. They're looking at the floor. They undo the hatch. They pull the hatch up. They pull Jack up to the floor. Payne would have seen all of this. He would have seen all of it. We're all just supposed to forget now that Keanu said he knows what's going on. And now for this next 10 minutes, they're just going to molest this bus in every possible way. And Payne is not going to see any of it. It doesn't make any sense, but it's action fantasy. I don't give a fuck. If I'm supposed to forget that, fine, forgotten.
So be it. I've forgotten.
So be it. Forgotten. I forgot that Harry died. I thought it was great.
Was that before they looped the camera?
Yes, it's before they loop the camber.
Yes.
They don't do that until after.
I thought it was a great choice to have Harry die instead of giving us the obvious ending at the end, like Harry's there to fucking get him out of the subway. Like, hey, we did it. No, Harry fucking eats it. And there's a couple of spots in this movie where it just has these teeth that you do not expect from such a soft action dramedy fantasy movie. So I thought that was really cool. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I mean, the film, like you said, it's got some wicked issues. It's got suspension of belief completely. And you know what? You're okay with it. It's just there's something about the way it's either shot or the fact that you freely associate with the characters. You know, you put yourself in the bus and you'd be like, fuck, I'd get down there and help that guy. It takes real fucking balls to do what he did. He's trying to save the people. The least they can do is get him up and get him squared away. And so what if, you know, you can see him? It's the idea that he's going to do everything in his power to try to save these folks. And that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? However you want to phrase it, you know, but it's to the idea that, yeah, of course he would be dimed out in a heartbeat. But the other difference is that if your real goal, and they realize this in the film, if your real goal is to extort money out of people so that you don't blow up these people, blowing them up guarantees you're going to be unsuccessful.
You're not getting
So that's
money.
the whole idea. If you really want the money, and I think he did, but it's the idea that he also wants superiority over Jack and the LAPD, but that fails in your pursuit if you actually actuate the bomb.
And Tony, I love what you just said about if you blow the bomb up, you don't get the money. So what did fucking Payne actually do? He set up some smaller devices so he could fuck people up, but still save the herd.
Yeah, and actually make sure that these people know he's not fucking around. This isn't just a ruse. It's not a fake bomb. It's not some happy horse shit he put together in his, you know, his sleep. He's deadly serious, and he means to, you know,
But I do like that you noticed that, and that the director also noticed it and gave us some smaller devices that could still make him deadly, you know, remotely, but not fuck up the plan.
Right.
And finally, the scene where Jack figures out that Payne can actually see them and finds the onboard camera and makes the video loop. I thought this was brilliant. This is one of those little moments in movie like history where you just go, that's fucking awesome, man. It was so simple, but it was so good. And I've seen it dozens of times, and I just loved it this time as much as I did the first time. Payne's going to make the comment about the college alma mater. Did I say that right?
No.
Alma mater.
Yeah. So,
alma mater,
and that's going to tip Jack off that he's actually looking at them. And I thought it was all very, very clever. And, you know, it shows us that, you know, even though Jack is kind of goofy, he's still a good cop, and he's, you know, he's watching. He knows what's going on.
It was super subtle. It was super subtle, though.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he doesn't pick it up right away. It's under the stress.
Yeah.
He finally gets a minute to breathe, and he starts putting two and two together, and you're like, now he's on it, right? Because I didn't get the wildcat thing, and I was like, why is he calling her that? She's not wild at all. She's the opposite of wild.
Yep.
She's being calm, cool, and collected, and really pitching in to keep this whole thing going. So, yeah, it was a nice little twist.
And the fact that they had him watching college football earlier in the movie.
Yeah,
he's watching college football.
Yeah, on one of the several TVs there.
Yeah.
See, so that's tying all of this together. And it's so good because, you know, in a lot of these movies, it's too obvious and we pick up on it. But Tony, like you said, you didn't pick up on it. And then we see how it slowly unravels. You know, Payne is watching college football. He knows college teams. He calls the Wildcat out. Keanu or Jack notices the sweatshirt. We're watching all this happen in real time. And then all of a sudden, he sees the camera. It's fucking brilliant. Jack and Annie escape the bus. Give me a fucking break, man. This is fucking beyond impossible. They would have been
the human-sized skateboard.
Dude,
Come on,
they would have been fucking ragdolled and skinned alive on that fucking concrete. But instead, no, they're fine. They're fine. She's got a little boo boo, a little grape jelly, little strawberry jelly on her forehead. They're fine. They're fine.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what they designed those boards on a bus for. It's not access to the mechanicals. It's so you can, you know, body skate down the fucking roadway at 55 miles an hour.
But I loved it.
That.
But I loved it. It was fucking, the action was phenomenal. Sandra,
as stupid as it is, I'm not mad at it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it was a great way to get off the bus. Somewhat clandestinely, yeah.
Yeah, watching them under the bus trying to avoid the tires. I mean, this whole movie is that suspense. Just, oh my God, are they going to get run over? Dude, but just watching them just on that fucking shopping cart through 90 miles an hour. It was fucking great, man.
And of course, the explosion. Like, this is a fantastic explosion.
Oh, yeah. You can tell, like you said, he's a cinematographer because they got it from like 5 angles.
Yeah.
I mean, they spared no expense videoing this shit.
Fucking bus and a jumbo jet. It was fucking great. Nobody on the plane. That plane should have been packed with passengers. It would have been awesome.
I think that would have defeated the purpose, is how they put that.
Then they would have called
I
it.
think didn't I ask you, Tony? Like,
Yeah, you can see a shot from the side where the door to the plane is open.
Yeah.
It was probably like a plane that they stripped out for parts. They just painted it like it was a real plane going somewhere and then towed it across the runway for the explosion.
And it says on the side of it, cargo plane.
Yeah,
or something.
it was
Or
like
freight.
a freight plane or something delivering packages. And the only person near it was the guy towing it that jumps out and goes, "Holy shit." Dude, that guy would have been
I think
torched.
you might have said a little bit more than that. But okay.
That guy wouldn't have had any eyebrows left. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it would have been about medium well.
About medium well. Fucking long horse steakhouse.
Jack, Mac, and a platoon of SWAT officers head to Pershing Square to drop off the ransom money, but Payne realizes that he's been fooled when he sees the sudden changes in the looped video. Seeing the LAPD are waiting for him, a furious Payne poses as a police officer to kidnap Annie and manages to recover the ransom money from underneath in a subway tunnel. The police start getting impatient, and Jack realizes that Payne already has the money and goes into pursuit of who he thinks is Payne by following him into the metro. However, Payne is one step ahead. Annie has a vest full of C4 strapped to her, and she was sent to recover the money. Her vest is rigged to a pressure release detonator. Payne appears and tells Jack that if he follows them, he will explode the bomb and kill Annie. Payne then enters a subway station and pulls out a machine gun, firing it into the air to scare people so he can get away in the confusion. He then hijacks a subway train and handcuffs Annie to a pole, but unknown to Payne, Jack has gotten aboard the train and left the station with them. Payne then kills the train driver and hears Jack on the roof. Payne playfully jokes that Jack should accept a bribe and attempts to open the bag of ransom money, but a dye pack goes off in his face. Pissed off, he's now in a psychotic frenzy, and a crazed Payne climbs up on top of the train and battles Jack on the train's roof, during which Jack causes Payne to get decapitated by a railway signal. Jack deactivates the vest from Annie, but cannot free her from the pole, as Payne has the key to her handcuffs and is now without his head about a couple miles back. Unable to stop the train, Jack accelerates it to immediate maximum speed, causing it to derail where it plows through a construction site and bursts onto Hollywood Boulevard. Jack and Annie emerge unharmed and share a kiss while the crowd looks on, extremely amazed, as am I. Well, you want action? You got it. You got it here. Just when you think it's all over, the game starts again. I find it a little ridiculous that Keanu couldn't kick the pole out in that train. It was probably held in by like 2 screws. He also has had a perfect little gadget in his pocket for every fucking thing in this entire movie. But now when he actually needs it to pick a handcuff lock, he can't. Like, what's that? Although the cool ending with the train flying out onto Hollywood Boulevard, that was a lot of fun. It's a small quibble. This is a super fast run to the end. And I understand why this movie made so much money. You get the cute guy, sweet girl, the crazed Dennis Hopper, big explosions, buses jumping 50-foot gaps. There's something for everybody.
So what I thought was kind of cool about this little scene with the video loop, right, is he notices because the purse vanishes and comes back. This is AI. Now, this is how you realize what AI is. Things like disappear and come back into frame. So I thought that was cool. So let me just give you the final act the way I saw it. So in the final act, we get this scene where Payne realizes the video is a loop, and he alters his plan by taking Annie hostage and strapping a bomb to her. And this is great because we get a heavy dose of Dennis Hopper delivering great lines. This is what I want in the final act. You've got this great actor, fucking use him. And they did. And like DeLynn said, they don't skip a beat. There could have been all of this fucking mushy exposition that went on and on. No, they go from this fucking runway fucking escape scene on the fucking tarmac directly into a fucking runaway train. The movie is like, never skips a beat, full power. Then Payne murders the driver in cold blood with a machine gun. Bah, 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 just blowing holes in this guy. Takes a face full of purple dye, climbs on top of the train, climbs on top of the train. He fucking kicks Jack's ass with half a hand in old man strength like Mendelbaum from fucking Seinfeld.
Mendelbaum.
He just goes up there and whoops his ass. Like, what? What are we doing here? Then he gets his head torn off. Awesome. And finally, Jack decides he is going to speed the train up to full speed and hug it out with Annie, who is handcuffed to a pole. In the movie, they ride it out without a scratch. In reality, Jack's new girlfriend has no arms like the Venus de Milo. This is a ridiculous fever dream, and I fucking loved it. I loved this ending. Holy shit. Lickety split.
I totally forgot that Dennis Hopper got his head cut off. I was like, what? I was watching it. I was like, oh my God. Like, I totally forgot about that. And I also forgot about him shooting the train driver in cold blood.
Graphic.
Yes. A little crazy, exaggerated, over the top ending, but it worked for the film.
Totally.
I feel like anything else would have been a letdown.
Yeah. Uncork it.
No, you're right.
They gave us both barrels right in the face. He was like, just eat this.
I will say that when we were watching it last night or the other night, my husband did bring up a really good point, and I'm going to say
You're
it.
gonna
And then
steal all my best work.
No,
I see
he's gonna add to it, because I said,
Go right ahead.
Something about the train, and he goes, if he can, and Tony literally said, if he can speed it up, why can't he slow it down?
Said the same thing. Slow that bitch down.
I didn't even think of that.
Because slowing the train down is not sexy. Speeding the train up is sexy.
I think
the movie's called Speed,
but I think
not
we're
slow down.
I think we're meant to believe that the machine gun and the driver's blood damage.
Sorry, my childlike impulses have taken over.
I feel like we're meant to believe that the controls of the train were not working properly from the gunshots and the blood.
Sure, because he tries to push the big red button about 19 times to make a train stop, and it won't work.
Right.
And the train, kind of control board is sparking and, whizzing and burring but he can make it go faster. He just can't make it go slower.
Her arms would have been torn off.
Well, and bringing the train to a gliding stop is not hot, right? just coming to a natural stop. Ah, la la la. Fuck that. Faster, damn it.
Yeah, get
right?
that thing. I wanted 100.
Exactly. And there are some Dennis Hopper lines. The one about poor people are crazy, Jack. I'm eccentric.
It's great.
I mean,
it's great.
Just over the top but perfect. And then I'm thrown back to James Bond because, of course, she goes, "What happened to him?" Meaning Payne, and he goes, "So James Bond, oh, he lost his head."
So good.
I'm like, that's fucking Sean Connery saying that. That's not Keanu Reeves. But it's perfect, right?
Head.
Because there isn't anything better that you could whip back to her that is nice enough to say it that way. The other difference is that our man Jack has had his rig straight away because he's basically in uniform about 1/10 of the time in this movie.
Right.
So he's an off-duty cop. He's got his sidearm and his holster and his handcuff case and his badge, and he doesn't carry any reload because he's a dope. Oh, and by the way, he doesn't carry any handcuff keys for his fucking handcuffs.
Yeah, that's a
for
problem.
shit's sake, dude. I'll put it this way. I haven't been a cop in a while, over 10 years. However, I still have 2 handcuff keys, one on my house keys and one in my wallet that I carry everywhere I fucking go because I'm programmed to do that.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? This guy should have like 4 of them on him at all times. You know what? One in his shoe.
What's going to happen?
He should have one up his ass for crying out loud.
Pretty much. I mean, fuck.
Well, eventually someday, like Mickey and Tony are going to be abducted and handcuffed, and Tony's going to be like, "Holy shit, I got a fucking key."
He's going to pull one out of his prison wallet and be like, "Look."
Easy. I don't need to insert items into my derriere. Thank you. However, I do have several handcuff keys on me at all times. And the other difference too is that guess what, kids? One handcuff key will work every kind of fucking handcuffs on the planet They're not individually keyed like a key to a lock in your house. Okay.
Right.
So it's pretty simple. They're small, they're light, they're easy to transport. That's all done for a reason. And Keanu, the one time we need him to come up strong, he's a fucktard. Okay.
Tony also knows that if the two of us are together and we get arrested, it's because of me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. At this point, whenever Mickey's getting the handcuffs applied, I'm like, I don't know her. I got to go home and call a lawyer. Fuck that. I can't get arrested with her because, knowing her, we won't get a phone call for at least 6 to 12 hours. She'll be pissed off at the cell.
Here's what should have happened. Keanu should have said, I can get you out of those cuffs, but it's going to hurt. And he should have put her fucking hand on the floor and stomped it in the mush.
Broken the wrist. Yeah.
And then just pulled it through the fucking loop.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Dude, how the fuck did Mandelbaum fucking Payne? He literally was maced. He has half a hand. He's 70 years old, and he kicked Jack's ass on that fucking train.
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to go with the expedient to the plot theory because it's all relative. Did he kick his ass?
Yes.
No, because guess what happened? He forgot that looking up is very important in life, right?
He lost his head.
So he got the train signal to take out his cranium, and that shit is game over. So
that was great.
Apparently he didn't do a real good job kicking Jack's ass.
But he was getting the best of them up there for sure.
Oh, sure. But then again, that's the way it should be, right? The bad guy always wins the first couple rounds, and the good guy in the latter stages of the fight saves the fucking day and the damsel in distress, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it's all good. It's all good.
Just really briefly before we start wrapping up, the scene where the train jumps the track and there's all this sparks and craziness, that was all like models. And it looks really good, but it was like I watched them filming the models, like the trains are about this big, right? And they ran the trains through, had the models breaking in half. It was all set up. The train went up the little incline. That was all a model. I was like, that was
scenes with the construction guys like running away from the train coming.
I think they kind of like green screened that stuff in later.
Right.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I mean, considering this is like the infancy of CGI, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Everything here looks really sharp.
The train did shoot through the sign. It was just on the other side of the sign, and they, pushed it through. It went through and it landed on the street.
Gotcha.
They actually did that, but the rest of it was all green screen.
Gotcha.
Looked great. It looked great.
Yeah, I thought it looked awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, of the $30 million, I don't think they paid the actors at all. They gave them free beer and pizza,
right?
And 28 million of that money went to the explosions and the CGI and the
trash
work,
trashing fucking Crown Vics and fucking Jaguars. I mean,
oh yeah, dude,
right,
nice.
And then it just ends. It was one of those weird ones where like they come to the
stop. You know why? Because you got tired.
Yeah.
I was like physically tired after I finished watching this movie. I was like, Jesus Christ, we haven't stopped moving for 2 hours.
And they stuck to their guns instead of giving us, 5 minutes of exposition at the end where him and fucking Jack and Annie fall in love. No, he just looks at her. She looks at him. There's like 2 words and that's it. Credits roll.
Quick, easy, and simple.
This thing never
Maybe
stopped.
I'll call you, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it would be tied down to a relationship right now.
Swipe left on me, Annie. Shit.
Dishes are done, dude.
Dishes are done, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. All right, so that's
like
it.
The 90s. Like they had that shit in the 90s. There was no dating apps in the 90s. Come on.
Oh, God. Nope, there wasn't.
No, you went and did video dating. Remember that?
No, didn't you go to speed dating like in person?
Well, you could, but video dating was a thing too. Like you could go and watch
where you
people's
went
videos.
And recorded like a video, and then other people would go to the service and watch you.
Yes,
I think that was just a West Coast thing.
Was it?
You know what I've been
I
watching?
never did it.
I've been watching full episodes of Love Connection on YouTube. It's the best.
My God.
It is the best, dude.
Love
They have these ones with like rock and roll guys. It's the best you ever saw. Best shit you ever saw. All right, so that's it. That's our discussion of Speed. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy watching the movies, talking about it with my co-host. Always a good time. Let's do some recasting on this one. I am going to replace Keanu Reeves with Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Okay, that could work. I also recast Keanu Reeves. No shade on Keanu, but I chose Brendan Fraser.
Great. It's perfect.
Oh,
because I thought
Encino
he
Man
had
himself.
Yeah, he would have that kind of, goofy kind of good boy
surfer vibe.
thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that would be, and this was right before The Mummy, I think. So it was the right time
Perfect.
too.
Oh, perfect. It's almost the same guy. It's perfect. What about Pauly Shore?
No.
I'm joking.
Pauly Shore could have played his partner Harry.
No, I'm joking.
Oh,
All right,
boy.
Mickey, what do you got? Who you doing here?
I would recast Dennis Hopper with either Ed Harris or Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. That would have been so
Okay.
good. I love Jack. I think that would have been a great recast. Tony, what are you doing to this movie?
I recast Hopper as well. I went for Mickey Rourke.
Ooh.
In his heyday, because Mickey Rourke in '94 was a badass. So,
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
before he turned into a wrestler and then had that lip work done. So
Ouch.
he's a walking joke now. And then I had to recast Sandra Bullock. Nothing against her; she's a great actress, but she just, like I said, she was just too much for me. I thought of someone cute and sweet and went with Anna Kendrick, but that's going to be outside the '94 realm because I think Anna Kendrick
done good though.
I think
she
Anna
did a
Kendrick
good
was
job.
pooping in a diaper in 1994. So unfortunately, that's not a good comparison. But that persona is kind of what I'm going for.
There you go. I like it. Dude, we got to do Rumblefish. That's a Mickey Rourke fucking classic, and it also has the great Matt Dillon.
Yeah, everybody in that film is incredible.
Oh, it's so fucking boring.
Well, it's an S.E. Hinton book. What are you going to do? But it is a classic.
It's fucking boring.
All right, maybe we won't do it.
Okay, well, that'll let Diz come up with a brand new alternate ending.
Yeah. All right, let's do some final thoughts on this one. It'll get us started. This is fantasy comedy action at its best. It was lightning pacing. I had a great time. I absolutely loved it. 4.1. It's a great movie. Go ahead.
I see it a lot like you. It moved super fast. It was very entertaining. It looks beautiful. For the foibles and for the plot holes, so fucking what? You fucking get to see a bus jump over a 50-foot gap. I'll take it. I gave it a 4.267.
Nice. Vicky, how did you see this one?
Ooh, this movie, I have to say, watching it not only is just a really fucking good summer fun movie.
Yes.
It brought back nostalgia for me because I love that whole time, like around the time that movie came out. I loved it. Keanu, of course, I don't know. I have a soft spot for Keanu.
Sure. Me too.
But I gave it a 3.89.
Guys, let's run it around the table real quick before Tony gives a score. What food should you be eating when you're watching Speed? I think it's like a chili cheese dog. No, Mickey.
I don't think you should go with something that heavy. You know what I mean? Chili cheese dog means you're gonna have to look away from the screen, and that means you're gonna miss shit.
Tony, what is it?
You don't want to miss shit.
What is it? What are you eating?
I'm gonna say I think you go theater food, either popcorn or like Good and Plenty's or maybe some candy, but something you can mindlessly put in your mouth without averting your eyes.
Pretzel bites and something chocolate to go after it, like M&Ms or something.
What are you eating? A dry shaft?
You wish.
No,
I would eat the muffin and coffee that Keanu never got to eat at the coffee shop. He fucking drove away with them on his roof.
There you go.
I did that.
Oh, Tony, fucking score this thing.
You guys, you break my heart, but the 90s, although it's my favorite decade, this one didn't hold up so well for me. I gave it a solid 3 because it is entertainment personified, but it's not a great movie. I mean, it's got holes you can drive a truck through.
A bus.
Is it or a bus in this case? Yes, very well. It's got gaps in the plot and it's got shit going on that just doesn't go on, and it's
a hot mess.
Fun? Yes, it's fun. And it was like the 5th best grossing film that year. And 94 had a spate of awesome films, but this one just is not my personal favorite. So it's a 3.
Still a good score
because it's solid. It's solid.
Above
It's that
average.
movie I'm going to watch at 1:00 in the morning when there's some dumb shit on the TV, and I look at that and I go, "Ooh, speed, okay," and I'm like sucked in.
For me, this is a fun, like, holy shit, it's 95 degrees out and it's a Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna go in the cool theater and get a Coke Icy and some extra butter popcorn and something chocolate and just sit there and enjoy it and have fun.
Yeah,
sweetheart, I love you, but you are dating yourself so bad. Movie theaters can't even fucking stay open because nobody goes to the movies anymore.
I love going to the movies.
Well, dear, you're also an ex-theater manager, and you have a soft spot for.
It was
for
funny.
theaters
We
and
actually, when we went out to dinner last week, when we drove by the movie theater in Braintree, and it looked like it was hopping, didn't it?
There was
Was
a
it the
pretty, and
weekend?
Yeah.
It was a Saturday, and
Yeah.
it was about 6:00 at night.
Yeah.
But it was pretty
so
full.
prime time for theaters, and you know what? I will miss it, but I think in our lifetime you will see movie theaters just go out of existence.
Oh, everything like
because
malls.
unfortunately, yeah. I mean, unless
We
you're
still have a
looking at,
drive-in up here.
yeah, and it's all double features, and it does well.
We've got
I
a
mean,
drive-in down here too, as well.
Do you really?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
I do.
In Mendon. It's not very close, but it's close.
I drive by it when I go to work, the one in Rhode Island.
But yeah, when we were going this weekend, that was also Spider-Man opening weekend. So
busy, yeah.
And the
A lot of
theater,
kids, right?
and the theater, this theater used to be beautiful back in the 90s. It is so run down now.
Yeah.
So,
That's a shame.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, the big theater companies like AMC and some of those guys are they're folding up their tent, man.
Everything.
If you can't, yeah, it's sad.
Our
But it's,
local
you know,
mall is gone. Our local mall is gone.
well, you know, that's the same difference in another wrapper because no one goes to malls anymore.
People just don't
I used to
know.
go.
It
I-
was
I miss
dude,
it.
the mall is the best. I still get a
Yeah,
hard
but
on for the mall.
that was the hub of all social activity for certain groups of people.
the best. The best, Jerry. All right. Dylan, add it up. Where does this movie land?
Okay, so it got a 3.81425, and that puts it all by itself at number 60. Right above it is Dirty Harry, and right below it is Friday the 13th, Part 4.
Oh,
Two other pretty damn good action type movies. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, Dirty Harry's definitely better, and this is definitely better than Friday the 13th. So this,
I think it's right where it belongs, honestly.
yeah, this time,
There you go.
I mean, I don't know if it belongs at number 60 out of 175 movies, but it's fine.
What's the movie at 175?
Well, so we have some movies that are tied. So we actually have 128 movies on the list, and Magnolia is the worst movie.
Yes, that
Thanks,
is
radio.
absolutely deserving of the shittiest rating ever.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Magnolia, and then right above it, Urban Cowboy.
Yeah, that is fucking bullshit. That is fucking bullshit, man. Urban Cowboy's a fucking American
John
classic.
Travolta was done wrong.
Yeah,
Come on.
that is a Sissy Spacek. That is that West. That we did that dirty fucking movie dirty.
No, we did not.
That
movie's
and
shit.
fucking.
No,
that
I'm
is-
sorry. I'm sorry, but let's be honest. The script is thin as fucking sheet of paper. It's
And
just
John
not a good
Travolta
movie.
is revolting.
No,
I'm
that-
gonna call him
bad.
John
He's-
Revolting from
he's
now
John
on.
Travolta?
John Travolta, yeah, that's Travolta. At that point, he's nothing more than the Sweat Hogs, dude. He's like early in his career in films, and
Wait.
and if it's not Mr. Cotter, he's no good at it.
he
He's
looked
just not a good
amazing.
actor.
He looked amazing. What?
He didn't.
He did. Now, what was the? What was fucking Staying
That's
Alive?
the tension I want out of you guys. Yeah.
where did Staying Alive land?
Hold on. This is going to take me a second to find it. Oh, no, it won't.
Oh,
It's at 121.
Ah, it's another fucking crime.
7
There's
movies
crimes.
higher.
Crimes are being perpetrated all over John Travolta. John Travolta. All right.
John Travolta.
Well, you know what? We can give him a redemption if we do Pulp Fiction. I can tell you that much.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Right on.
Okay. All right. That's it. Join
That's
us
Joe Pesci,
again
totally
in
different.
2 weeks for part 6 of Friday the 13th. I have no fucking idea where Jason is going now, but I cannot wait to find out.
Nice.
So until next time, I just have one question for you. Hey, did you ever see that movie? We'll see you next time.